Hello. So as you can maybe tell, I'm still practicing my speed run, or at least portions of my speed run before I do the next full game, because yeah, I don't want to just submit another run that's exactly the same. So as you can maybe tell right now, I'm practicing landing this is not gonna be it. Damn it. I'm practicing landing the double edge glitch on chamber 18 because that's what killed my time last run. So I'm hoping to improve that. I do actually have a roadmap kind of what I want to incorporate into the next few speed runs. So my hope is the next run will have a double edge glitch correctly. Um, you know, maybe within the first 30 seconds or so of the chamber, but basically, I want to get double edge glitch, and I want to get it within the first 3 or 4 times I run. Which basically means I need to practice this a lot. I also want to improve my chamber 19 route a little bit. There is one particular interesting. Damn. I don't know what causes that bit. This is not the topic of the video. I'm talking too much about it, but if it happens again, I'll point it out. I want to incorporate a little better route on my chamber 19 than I did last time. There is one specific skip that I would like to implement, and one skip that I would like to add if I am able to get it working right. It's kind of I've been able to pull it off a few times, but it's not been consistent for me. And I don't really understand. See, I don't know what's causing this, because when you get the double edge glitch correctly, there's like only one specific spot that you can shoot, but somehow here I can shoot every portable surface. So I shot a portal through the wall, but I've lost edge glitch in the process of doing so. It's very annoying. And hopefully, like, if I can get to the point where I can pull that one off consistently, by the way, it's another edge glitch. You know, spoiler alert. And that one's actually the type of edge glitch where if I can do it consistently enough to give you a video about it, which I would like to do, then you'll have a better understanding of what's happening here when I'm doing this. Because when I say double edge glitch, I'm sure that doesn't really mean anything to you. It's just the name of this trick. But double edge glitch. Oh, there we go. No. Be nice. Double edge glitch is actually the specific name of this, but edge glitch is a generic term for an entire type of glitch that you can kind of pull off anywhere in Portal. And this trick is special because it's the only place that you do 2 of them in a row, basically. I'm trying to do one edge glitch. I'm trying to edge glitch myself here so that I can land this shot. And then once I've landed this shot, I go over here, edge glitch myself again, and land that shot. Is the way the double edge glitch goes. So I want to incorporate correct double edge glitching here. Hey, screw you. I want to incorporate a correct double edge glitch here. Priority number 1. Priority number 2. This is really distracting. I don't know why I did that. Priority number 2 will be to get a better route on chamber 19. This specific route that I'm thinking of will maybe save 20 seconds, maybe 30 tops. It won't be huge, but it'll be nice. And if, nice to have but not necessary will be a second edge glitching bug or glitch. That will save actually a pretty substantial amount of time. Like it could save up to a minute, I think, maybe. Also on Chamber 19. So that's kind of the preview of what's to come. And then the run after that, if I was able to get it, if I can get the next run to have, those things the way that I want it. The run after that, I skipped a step. The run after that is going to have all of those things, including the second edge glitching skip. And in addition, I would like to make an even bigger optimization on Chamber 19 that's probably not going to save as much time, but is harder to pull off. And removes one of the points where historically I've kind of lost runs. Not so much lost runs because I've yet to actually reset a run entirely. As you can see, when I actually turn on live split, my run counter is the same as the number of YouTube videos I've published of full runs, because I haven't reset any. But yeah, there's another one that will skip one of the points where I tend to have to iterate for a while, and where if I get my run really optimized, it's the only other spot besides right here that I ever really have enough problems with that it would make me lose a run. And I would skip that entirely, save 20-30 seconds, and that would put me in a very comfortable position. I think if we implement all of these things, then we're looking at a sub 20-minute run. So that's the timetable on the near future of my Portal speedrunning. But in the meantime, because as you can see from this, my priority number one for the next speedrun is to land this trick on the first try, or on the second try. Okay, this time I got the second try, but as you can see, I am not getting the consistency that I want. I need to practice it, and it's going to take me some time to practice it, so I don't know when the next speedrun's going to be, but I want to keep you supplied with content.
The next test requires exposure to uninsulated electrical
So, I could do Chamber 13 right now. Chamber 19. Speaking of which, I would also like to get a correct GLaDOS on Chamber 19. I think my last time was pretty darn good, but it could be a little bit better, and maybe with a little bit of practice, I could get 10 seconds off it, maybe. I don't know. I don't think it's a huge deal. But what I would like to show off is an entirely different run than my normal standard. Oh, I need to turn this off. I was playing with this earlier, but turn that off. What I want to show you is a trick from an entirely different run that requires a little bit of a story. So actually, you know what? Let's just start running from... Let's start from 13, and I'll tell you the story. So, back in the early days of Portal speedrunning, people discovered the very harmful fact that the game starts with a very long section. Seriously? Okay, this is another spot where I could, in theory, lose the run, because I have to do this and die. Shut up, GLaDOS. Okay, GLaDOS is distracting me. Hang on. I don't normally do this, but just stop. In the early days of Portal speedrunning, they discovered the phenomenon that you start the game stuck in a room for an entire minute. And if you're speedrunning a game, that is bad. Oh my god. We do not like being stuck in a room for an entire minute. So, what is a speedrunner to do? Obviously, the holy grail of all skips is to skip that. Chamber 0. It's called vault skip. They actually named that trick before anybody had any idea how to do vault skip because they were like, look, if a vault skip is possible, it will be amazing. And I want to get a vault skip somehow. Um, and it's called vault skip, by the way, because that room you're stuck in is the relaxation vault. So, makes sense. Um, they've tried, they failed to find a vault skip. They kept working on it, but they eventually realized, look, nobody can find a vault skip. All of us are just wasting time. We're trying to run Portal. If you're a serious Portal speedrunner, you're doing like 10 full game runs a day at least. And, that's 10 minutes that we're just wasting, minimum. And it just makes having to run the game kind of horrible. Because if you're practicing the run, if you're practicing the run, watching it, just going and resetting, and then you have to sit there for a minute sucks. There's just no holds about that. Um, so what the community as a whole decided is they made a save called Vault Save, and Vault Save is made. I think it's 2 or 3 seconds the uh, before the relaxation vault lets you leave. And they just basically admitted defeat. They said, look, speedrunners, instead of starting the game normally, are allowed to start the game at vault save. And we will start the clock at 56 seconds or whatever the number is. And we accept defeat. We're not doing this. This doesn't shorten the run. We're just doing this to make it faster to run Portal. Make it easier. That's not unprecedented. I know they do it in other games. I think Mario Sunshine is the big and controversial example because they allowed the equivalent of vault save in Sunshine even after somebody found a vault skip. They basically said, yeah, this might be faster, but it's also really hard and it requires lots of resets. So if you want to do it, more power to you. But we're going to continue allowing people to use vault save, and really, that was very controversial in the community. Um, Basically, Portal did the same sort of thing, and that was the state of Portal speedrunning for like 10 years or something like that. It was very much so just this is how it is, and yeah. Then a speedrunner, I don't know if they're actually speedrunners, so I shouldn't say that. Then some guy called Juxpa came along and did a TAS of Portal. And you've probably seen that TAS. It's the same TAS. And he showed off a trick that took him 6 months to do. 6 months, by the way. And it takes like 5 seconds of in game time. But he did the first ever vault skip, where he clipped something into the lamp, jumped on it a bunch of times, and flew through the ceiling and into the elevator. And everybody's like, wow, that was great. It's possible to do vault skip, is what that kind of showed. And I mean, people kind of knew that because you can turn on no clip and do vault skip that way, but that's not allowed in the speed run. But there is a way to do vault skip. The game doesn't break or anything like that. Um, but no human being could possibly do that in a full game run because it took 6 hours to do that by being able to put in any command that you want. Like, no, if it takes that long to implement it with perfect movement, how could you possibly do it in real time? But then they found the vault skip that I showed you, where you grab the radio and you clip it into the chamber bed and all of that. But in the meanwhile, and this is actually perfect because I was about to end up on chamber 18, there was a little parallel development. See, as I've mentioned before, Portal is a holdover from Half-Life. Half-Life 2, to be specific. Um, they started with narbacular drop, as you know. and they took the team from Narbacular Drop and said, "Hey, we want you to make a game like this in Source and show off that the same idea is possible in the Source engine." So they started from Half-Life 2 and came up with Portal. In the process, a lot of assets stayed. For example, the Impulse 101 to give all weapons from Half-Life 2 just stayed, and I showed you doing that to GLaDOS. Um, but most of them got locked behind a setting, and you actually saw me use it earlier, called SV cheats. That stands for System Variable Cheats, and basically, if System Variable Cheats is 1, you're allowed to cheat. If System Variable Cheats is 0, you are not. That means you cannot do things like no clip, or you cannot fire off a command that sets the trigger for teleport for what would be the right way to say this? You cannot send a command that activates the trigger for dropping one of GLaDOS's cores in the incinerator. None of this sort of shenanigans is possible if you have SV cheat set to 0. If you set it to 1, it's all fair game. And pretty much everything is locked behind SV cheats. Like Impulse 101 to give you all guns is locked behind SV cheats. And the rule for speedruns, or at least the main category speedruns, because there are, subcategories where you're allowed to do cheats. The rule is you are allowed to use console commands because in Source, basically everything is a console command. Like the move forward key is actually bound to executing a console command. And that's why all the stuff appears in the console, even though I'm not using it. So it's not illegal to use console commands. You could technically play the game entirely by typing movement commands into the console, but you have to have SV cheats set to 0. So for example, a lot of speedrunners will do this. Show pause 1. This is especially common in Portal 2 because in Portal 2 there are some specific skips that require you to have very, very pixel precise setup, and you have to have this position and angle stuff exactly correct. But you can see in the top right how it updates based on my movement and where I'm looking. That's just a debugging thing that's showing the state of the screen with more precision than I can see normally. And this is allowed in speedruns. I don't usually use it because I don't really care to interpret it. But one day, somebody made a terrible, terrible discovery. You see, and I'll show you out here because it's a little bit easier to see. Actually, let me go over here. You see, the developers had made one small oversight. Spawning most things is not possible without SV cheats. You can't spawn enemies. Like, I think you can spawn some Half-Life enemies without their AI, and here you can spawn GLaDOS, but it's all locked behind SV cheats. But there's one specific thing that is not, and that is CH create airboat. Oops. SV cheats does not protect creating an airboat. This airboat exists for one specific section in Half-Life 2, and I guess the developers just didn't think about it. And you can get in, you can actually drive the airboat around. It's totally functional. Pretty great. Not all that useful in Portal. Actually, I wonder, can I use this to just get over glue? I know I'm going to be stuck, but like, will I die if I do this? Apparently not. I can airboat on glue. Never mind, I can't. It can just last longer. So you might ask, why is the airboat useful, Ryan, you dummy? What's the point of an airboat? Well, first of all, it's kind of inconvenient to do this, type this. So what I'm going to do is bind it to my mouse. This basically means that when I click my mouse wheel, I spawn an airboat. Yay. But the reason this is so important, and I really hope I can get this right eventually, is that airboat spawning does not participate in collision detection, and you can get in the airboat. Meaning, if you spawn an airboat in the right place, which, oh my god, how do people do this? Please, I have done this before. Can you please behave? Um, please, I would really like to demonstrate this. Would you kindly? Ugh, I think I might have to reload. I'm creating too many boats. Um, I would cut this if I cared. Actually, why am I doing this? I should create a quick save. Here. Um, duh, duh, damn it. How do people get this consistently? Oh my god, Sushi is a god. You can see the shadows of my airboats. Can I get in this one? No? Uh, fuck off. No. Um, you can just see I'm spawning airboats everywhere and creating a big, big problem. But the basic point here is if I can spawn an airboat in the exact right place, I really should have read up on how to do this properly. I'm just going to keep spawning until I get one right, which is what I did last time when I was practicing to see if this was possible at my level of skill, which apparently it isn't. Um, there has to be a way to get this more consistent. I swear to God. Um, you better not try and make me run this category that I'm about to mention. Because holy crap, am I struggling with it already? Please. Please. God. Maybe. Okay, there we go. Whoa, 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 whoa. Okay, this is not what I wanted to do, but you see the point. Um, you can use the airboat, get in the airboat that's on the other side of the wall. The animation for getting in an airboat will take you through the wall, and then you can get out and you'll be wherever the airboat now is. That time I ended up way, way out of bounds. Um, this time might be better, yes. There. Now I'm out here, and I didn't have to wait for this. I just performed a vault skip. And I can go over here, and it'll give me a cube, and GLaDOS is probably still rambling on about whatever she rambles on about, and blah, 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 blah. Anyway, that's a vault skip. That's a huge skip in the community. In the speed run, we skipped. I was shit at it, and I skipped like 30 seconds there anyway. If you don't include all the times I had to reset. And worse, I mean, it's applicable everywhere. If I could get it in the right spot, I could skip, please. Whoa, 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 whoa. That's glass? I never even knew that. I can skip here too. This is totally skippable with an airboat. Ah, dang. Come on. Um, I should really be talking more because this is not the focus of what I'm trying to demonstrate. It's kind of fun to spawn airboats though. Um, basically, you can put an airboat wherever the hell you want. Okay, hang on, I have to do something here. Um, okay, whatever. Um, And by doing so, you can end up in whatever part of the map that you can really try and end up in. I don't know why this one won't let me get out. Oh, it will let me get out. I'm just stuck out of bounds. Very cool. Um, all right, time to stop with the shenanigans, I guess. Anyway, I could have airboated over here through this door, obviously, just like that, and ended up in the elevator without going through the portal. People basically realized this was huge. Like, not only is this vault skip, you can get through any wall. Over here in chamber 2, when the elevator loads, like, instead of going all the way through, waiting for this and getting through the door, oh, what if we just airboat through right here and end up over there with the portal gun? That would be huge. Oh, please do not kill me. Um, Getting killed by airboats is definitely a thing. Um, so what's the community to do? On one hand, this is totally legal under current speedrunning rules. There's nothing that prevents you from speedrunning airboat percent. There is nothing that says the airboat is illegal. It's basically fair game. On the other hand, this is stupid. Imagine playing a game called Portal, and instead of using portals to solve the puzzles, you just spawn an airboat. What are we going to do? After some deliberation, the community basically came to a consensus, which is that in a Portal official category speedrun, any command that is blocked by SV cheats and also create airboat is banned. I just want to try something here. Damn it, I don't know the key name. And that's that. Um, Airboat is now dead. We have to go back and find the other vault skip. That took several years, but some people were inspired by the fact that you could do this. Spawning an airboat is kind of cool. What if we do allow that? And so the most prestigious speedrun in Portal, and perhaps of all time, was created. Its name, Airboat Percent. The operation? You are not allowed to use a portal gun to play Portal. This was a really clean airboat percent. Wow. You must only use airboats to navigate through the chambers. How does that work? Well, as you just saw, we get through obstacles using airboat. Um, I wish I knew the command. Whenever we have a wall to get through, we just put an airboat there. We just put an airboat there. God, these things are glitchy. And we go straight through the wall. Whenever there's a tall vertical thing to get through, like if I somehow ended up in here, well, the correct solution would obviously be to jump and spawn 100 airboats under my feet so that it would launch me into the air when physics kicks in for all of them. Like that. No portals allowed throughout the entire run. I think maybe you're allowed to use portals once you get to GLaDOS. Actually, I don't think you even are then. You have to use airboats to kill her. Um, and yeah, the title of that speedrun, the most prestigious in all of Portal, is Airboat Percent. The current speedrun world record for Airboat Percent is something like 16 minutes by MSushi. MSushi is really good. It's not an optimized category at all. Obviously, airboat percent is really hard. It's kind of inconsistent. These airboats do not behave in a normal fashion by any definition. Um, yeah, I think in the world record run, M Sushi dies like 10 times almost. Especially in, the turret ambush part. I can Scapegoat 2. In over here in this chamber, if you're over here and you have to get on that catwalk and you are not allowed to use portals, please do not kill me. How are you going to do it? Well, obviously, what you're going to do is you're going to jump, spawn airboats under your feet, then you're going to jump again and spawn airboats under your feet, and then you're going to jump again and spawn airboats under your feet. I think you have to do this like 5 or 6 times in a row to land up there. And he dies so many times doing that. And that is a consistent theme of airboat percent. Hey, radio. So yeah, obviously it's not as popular a run as Out of Bounds, even though I called it the most prestigious. It's kind of a meme. But it is kind of an interesting run, and it has some interesting history to it, and I thought you'd find that funny. And maybe you'll ask me to run airboat percent, and I'll say no, because obviously I am not good enough for airboat percent. I'm trash. Actually, can I no, I have to find a way out of this. I have to find a way out of this situation. Hey, look, it's over there. Yeah, airboats are somehow really good at getting you out of the map. I would just like to point that out. Like, why are they this good at it? But anyway, I hope you found this video entertaining in some fashion. I guess it's back to trying to practice double edge glitch for me, but thanks for watching. Until next time.